Hey everyone, so this is my review of Gotham, Season 3, Episode 1, called Better Raise Hell. And basically what this episode is about is Gordon's going around Gotham sort of as a bounty hunter to try and track down all these monsters. And as he's tracking them down, he's starting to discover that this treatment that made them become these monsters is actually slowly killing them the more they use their abilities. While that's going on, Bruce's mysterious doppelganger is sort of also roaming the city all on his own, and Barbara and Tabitha open up their own nightclub called the Siren. And this was a fairly good episode, but there were some parts that didn't really connect and kind of felt like a bunch of loose ends were thrown into this episode, but hopefully as the episodes progress that some of these loose ends might get tied up or might be explained a bit more. And one thing that I find kind of weird is how easily Selena seems to be able to fit into every group and become a part of every single group in Gotham. Because when this episode began, she was at the Siren with Barbara and all them, but got kicked out because of her age, of course. And then for pretty much the whole rest of this episode, she was hanging out with Fish Mooney and that whole group of monsters. So I find it kind of amazing how easily she can mold herself in every single group, but I also find it kind of weird. And when the producers and stuff said that they were going to introduce Valerie Vale, I thought she was going to be a very small part that wasn't all that important, kind of like they've been doing with Two-Face, where he's just in there when they need a lawyer. But with how well Valerie was put into this episode and how her character was sort of portrayed and stuff, I feel like she's going to continue to be this sort of kind of important character all throughout the rest of this season, maybe. So we'll see about that. And then Ivy's whole transformation to get her older, I'm still not a very big fan of. But the way it was actually put out there in this episode, I'm slightly more okay with it than how it was originally going to go in my mind. But still, I'm just not a big fan of them all of a sudden wanting to magically make Ivy older. And it's still not really shown whether or not she has any powers or abilities. So we still have to wait to see if she maybe gets those. And then Bruce's doppelganger is a bit weird with how they're going about doing it. Because it so far doesn't seem like it's the original character from the comic books that was Bruce's doppelganger. But we'll see if maybe he ended up finding his way to Indian Hill and ended up becoming this way. Or if it is a completely different person. I mean, I kind of have a theory and I kind of hope that it might be true. Where now with how this episode ended for Bruce, that this doppelganger might come in and fill in for him for a few episodes or something. And then that's the reason why the producers and stuff said that in this season Bruce is going to be much more arrogant and much more of a rich, snooty boy. So that might explain why that happens, and not that Bruce randomly has this somewhat of major character change to him. But we'll see about that. And I was expecting to see much more of the Court of Owls with how much they were sort of put into all like the posters and stuff. I was expecting to see more of them in this episode, but really they were only in the last little chunk of this episode. Or not even chunk, the last few minutes of this episode. So hopefully in this next episode they'll show a bit of more of them like the preview for the next episode showed. So we'll see about that. Because I'm kind of excited to see what they're going to do with the Court of Owls. And just overall, this was an okay episode. I'm not a huge fan of it. But hopefully it will clear up a bunch of stuff that was thrown into this episode in the episodes to come. So yeah, that's my review of Gotham Season 3 Episode 1. So yeah, bye!